One of the main benefits of the LG G5 is that you can actually swap different modules and use with the actual device, and that's one of the reasons why it's modular. You're able to replace the battery, of course, but one of the other things you could do is use the LG Cam Plus. Now, this is one of the modules you're able to basically plug into the LG G5 and get a better experience. And they're promising us basically a better camera UX, basically a user experience that is similar to using a DSLR or a more professional level camera. Does it work? Does it stand out to basically make it a better camera, a better device? Or is it just basically an accessory you probably want to pass on? So this is TK. Let's go ahead and check it out. And again, I want to say thank you to Verizon for allowing me to review not only the G5, but the LG Cam Plus. Let's check it out. First thing, we're looking at the actual box itself. It's actually pretty small. We do have the sticker here. Obviously, this is the LG Cam Plus, property of Verizon. As I mentioned, this is it's going to be retailing for somewhere around $70. So depending on where you're getting it from, if you're getting it from Verizon, it's going to be about $70. And I think I saw it for the same price at B&H, and should be available very soon. One of the things you'll notice right out of the box essentially is that it has the Play with Friends logo, which is LG's new branding of all the modules that are able to function with the LG G5. So first and foremost, this is the unit itself. There's not much else other than the fact that it says Real Camera UX, which essentially just says Real Camera User Experience, just to kind of give you a better experience of using your device. We're going to go ahead and unbox it real quick. And here we are. Oops, I opened that up on the wrong side. Here we go. Nothing else out in the box. We'll put that aside. We have the user manual, of course. We have just the ability to basically just see how things are going. And let's go ahead and open this guy up. And here we are. Here's the actual module itself. You'll notice first and foremost, obviously, is it has the connectors that you would need. There's the battery connector on this end, and then there's the interface to the motherboard on the inside of the device. We still have the LG logo on the bottom. We have the single firing speaker on the left, the USB Type-C connector. We have the microphone, of course. This is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the toggle to be able to turn on and off the screen to jump into camera mode. The zoom reel, basically you'll be able to zoom in and zoom out. Camera release, or the camera shutter button, and then the video button. And then we have an LED indicator light. The backing, of course, still has the logo with the cat from LG. It does have a faux leather feeling. It's basically plastic. Just kind of give you guys a heads up. It's not leather. It just has a better grip, I think, than the actual device itself. And other than that, here, there's a little bit of a padding to be able to protect our device, and then some FCC regulation information here. So let's go ahead and put this down. We'll bring out our LG G5. We're going to take it out of a case. And as I'm taking this out, if you guys have any questions regarding this case itself, I did a review recently of this. This is from VRS Design. There's a video listed in my channel, so I'll give you guys a link in the description below. Very nice, very ruggedized. Not only that, it just looks very good. Here's our device. As you know, this is basically where the interface is going to go through. Right now, my phone is on. It is recommended that you shut the device before you actually go in and decide to basically start swapping modules. I'm not going to say that it's bad if you do it the other way, but I'm just going to follow the instructions at this point. And we'll give it a second. As soon as the LED light goes away, last vibration, and we are done. Last but not least, we have a button here that we need to press for the LG. Once you press it in, you'll notice there's a small separation here. You'll notice this right there. And then that gives us the ability to separate the device. We'll go ahead and take out the device. The battery has to be swapped into the new module, as this does not have a full enough battery to be able to use. One thing I want to mention to you guys here, this does have a 1200 milliamp battery that's built into the little extra lip that we have in the back here. So it's not just a functional in the sense of a camera, but it gives us 1200 more milliamps to complement the 2800 that we have here, making it a total of 4000 milliamps. So when we have this fully functioning, we'll have 4000 milliamps for our LG G5 to be able to use when we're taking pictures. Taking off the camera module, the battery itself, you snap it on. It almost feels like you're breaking it. And then you just basically take it the same way. And you snap it on, and it basically just sits as if it's sitting on the camera. And then inserting it is again the same way. Insert the camera first, go in. You notice the interfaces kind of connect. And bam, we're pretty much done. So aesthetically, let's go ahead and turn on the device. As the device is booting up, aesthetically, we're going to look at the device itself. You notice, yes, it does add quite a bit of a lip to the back of it. Let me see here if I can give you guys a better look. So you see here how thin the device is, and it basically kind of gives you that lip there. And that's basically the intention of it. It's not intended to be basically where it's used just for normal day-to-day use. It's just if you're going to go out and you know you're going to take a lot of pictures, you need more battery to last you longer, this module will work for you. because it gives you the ability to hold your camera in one hand. A really good grip for one hand also. We are able to basically just use the shutter button to take pictures, video shutter, scrolling to be able to go zoom in and zoom out. The function of this module is to give you battery and performance enhancement. This will be similar. Let's go ahead and unlock the device. And it's supposed to give us a better experience as far as using the camera. So if I use the interface here, I'll go ahead and push it in. I think we'll go into the camera. You'll notice that basically the camera itself launches itself, and here we are. So you can see here at the table, I'm able to basically scroll in. I hope you guys can see this. Well, actually, let's do that. You won't be able to see it because you have nothing to see. Let's zoom out. So you can see that the manual is on the table here. I can actually zoom in to the manual and keep it in focus. And then if I want to take a picture, here we are. And if I want to take a video, and then at that point the video comes in, and then we are still able to zoom in and zoom out using the entire experience. And then at one point or another, you notice that it starts jumping between the 8 megapixel camera and the 16 megapixel camera. That's this point here, when you notice a slight delay as I'm scrolling, and then it starts jumping. That's when it goes into the other camera. So it does it within video, but it just doesn't have a smooth transition. That's been like that in the device for some time. And then, of course, we can shut off the camera. Oh, push the button, and then that takes it away. The other thing that we noticed directly with the unit itself, the speaker itself is not covered. As I mentioned, you still have the ability of using your full speaker here. This little button, which is placed on the right side, if you flick it when it's off, it takes you directly into the camera UI, and you're able to actually start taking pictures right away. The other thing, of course, if you flick it again, it takes you back into the lock screen as you want to unlock your device. So as you guys saw with the hands-on, it's actually not bad in the sense of how it functions. It really fits very nicely into the unit itself. You're able to basically use it. It gives you a much better experience to be able to hold the device in one hand. I'm not saying that the G5 is a slippery device, but for the way it usually handles when you're holding it, you almost end up having to do this to kind of carry it, and you no longer have to do this. As you're able to basically grip it, you're able to hold it directly like this, and keep your functioning button here. So it's intended to be worked like this. It's a camera, and you're able to use both 16 and 8 megapixel cameras all the time. Now, here's the pluses and minuses of this function, or what this actual module can do for you. The plus side, it gives you an extra 1200 milliamps power bank. Basically, you're making your device run on a 4000 battery. That's a really nice function because you're getting extra juice to be able to support that function that you want to do, which essentially is taking more pictures and more videos that will consume more battery anyways. It does have the small form factor where it fits to the bottom of the device. It doesn't obtrude, it doesn't cover anything as far as the ports. You're still able to interface with your device. On the, not sure how that kind of was implemented kind of side, it doesn't have a way to protect the device. What happens is when you're using this module, you have to be extra careful with your device. So if you normally, let's say, have a case, like I have this, I can't use this case with this device, and I'm basically, if I'm out and about with this, I basically just have to keep this in my pocket and make sure that it's not getting damaged. Other than that, the interface itself, and I don't know if this is just me, I am not able to charge my device using this module. So this module will charge itself. So if I unplug this and put it on the side and charge it, it will charge the unit itself. I'm not able to charge my LG G5. So I have to basically remove it and use it separately. And that was part of the intention with the UI, or at least this interface. It wasn't meant to be a daily driver. You're supposed to use it when you need it and then not use it when you don't. And then they want you to go back to use your standard module, which is the basic module that you use with the device. You unplug it, you put it back in, and you're able to use it. For the price of $69, I think it's something that you want to consider using if you take a lot of pictures and if you find it that it's very cumbersome to use the device otherwise. But just be aware, again, no cases, no kind of coverage on the device. Maybe if you're running a D-brand skin, you'll get some coverage there. And then I'm not sure if D-brand is going to actually even try to cover this as well to give you a much better experience as far as the uniformity of the body itself. It's a nice module. I want to again say thank you to Verizon for allowing me to review it. I took it out this weekend and took some pictures. Overall, it's a good experience. Taking pictures with it is very, very easy, very simple. It's just you launch it and you use it. I'm not too very keen on this little button on the bottom to turn on the camera, as it's much easier just to basically click the volume down twice to turn on the camera. You're still able to use the interfaces and the buttons for it. The one thing I wanted to mention to you guys, you do have an application that you need to download, and I'll actually go back into the device itself. It's called the LG Cam Plus Manager. Once you have that in, we'll say yes, give it access. It detects the firmware on the device itself, and currently I'm running CBG700A04, and I can say check, and it tells me that I'm running the latest firmware, and if it's not, it will download and install and update this. Verizon's devices does not have the LG Friends Manager. I don't have that application loaded on my device, but I do have the ability of downloading this managing application directly from the Play Store, and I'm able to interface with it. Again, like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm hoping this isn't too long for you guys for a module, but this is by far my first module that I'm able to use outside of just the standard little piece that comes with the actual device as far as the expandability, why the LG G5 was so functional and what was basically the special features about it. Outside of having really great cameras, now we have a better camera experience that's provided to us by just adding the extra shutter. So again, I can just double press and I'll just give you guys a few. Say, you guys are right next to my green screen right there. So very nice, very easy, very simple. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for your support. Like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you guys next time. This is the LG G5. It's here. I finally have it from T-Mobile. I did a pre-order, and the main benefit, of course, is that now you have an external battery that you can use for your G5.